I think it's really interesting that you brought that point where if there are people here that don't know the companies in Pakistan, if you can use the reference of, okay, this is the revenue compared to competitors in the industry,
Yes.
or that's actually a really interesting point I've not heard anyone say, but yeah, that is just to give the landscape of the level that you were working in. So that's a really
Yeah,
good point.
absolutely. Absolutely. So like you mentioned, okay, this is a cellular company owned by this global group, has this many million subscribers and a revenue of this many billion dollars.
Yes.
Now you have given them a very clear lay of the land. Okay, this is where this person has worked and this is what they have achieved. Versus you just write XYZ
Yeah.
and you're expecting the recruiter to
It's
go
no.
on Google and search it. No, they don't have the time for that. They have
Exactly.
300 applications to go through.
Right.
So you need to make their life easier. And that's how you create relevance.
Right. So you did mention several myths. So I guess like in terms of the specifics on how a person can be successful in the West in the first 2 to 3 months, do you have any thoughts on that?
Yeah. So this is what I tell everybody. The job hunt starts at least 2 months before you land. And now before you land, the first thing you should do is you should start looking at the jobs. You go on indeed.ca, you go on LinkedIn and see the relevant jobs. What are they asking for? What are the responsibilities? What are the key skills, competencies, tools that they want experience with? So let's say if somebody is a civil engineer. Okay, what are the requirements for him here? So if he wants to work in project coordination, he wants to work as an engineer.
Yeah.
When he goes through those jobs that are being posted on the job boards like LinkedIn and Indeed, he will have a very clear idea. Okay, this is what I need to target. Second thing, I tell everybody, you just need to buy a voice over IP number. I did it myself back in 2019. You just buy it. You can Google it. You'll find multiple free services as well as paid services. I went for a paid service, which was $5 a month. It had voicemail and everything. So it's a Canadian number. You get a call on your Pakistani number. And then you can, you just put that number on your resume, update your location to Toronto, Ontario, or Mississauga, Ontario, or wherever you want to land. Just write that city there, start applying. So you start well ahead of your landing time. So by the time you land, ideally you should have a job offer. All those candidates that get in touch with me before they fly out, I tell them try to either delay your plans or do not buy a ticket if you haven't bought one already, because let's buy it once you have the job offer. Ideally speaking, when they land, their first concern should not be which mobile SIM to get. Their first concern should be, I have to get my SIM number because I have to provide it to my employer because the payroll is going to start in the next week. And that's the kind of planning, alhamdulillah, so many immigrants have already done. And it is possible. It is easily doable if you follow the right tips and you understand what the market is asking for. Second thing is, yes, if you want to networking is something else, referrals are something else. If you find somebody who has landed in Canada and who is from the same field, has a similar profile, and is doing well in Canada, yes, you can reach out to them, ask them for a coffee chat. They can give you the lay of the land. They can tell you about the tips and traps. But remember the filter that I told you. If that person does not qualify that filter, please do not listen to them.
Yeah.
They might misguide you. Do your research. Look at the job market statistics. Just search where Canadian unemployment numbers are. Right now, Canadian unemployment it's close to all-time
Yeah.
lows. Before you listen to somebody telling you, okay, Canadian job market is quite tough right now, just do your research.
Yeah.
Google is your friend. Just do your research. Look up the last 3 months of hiring trends. You can actually see a bar graph that shows the number of new jobs being posted across every month. And you will understand that, okay, December to Jan, 10th December to 10th of Jan is the smooth period for the job market because everybody's on holidays. Nobody's going to respond to you. So do not land in December. You should land ideally in Jan
Oh,
or
wow.
in July because those are the peak
Yeah.
periods. So do your research, talk to people, talk to the right people. A lot of people that I've helped, they randomly reached out to me on LinkedIn. A lot of them have landed jobs, have started successful careers in Canada, been here 6 months. I've not even met them yet. They just reached out to me on LinkedIn one fine day. We set up a Zoom call. We discussed. I gave them the tips. We worked on their resumes and interview skills. They landed really good jobs. They arrived here with their families. They've settled in. Unfortunately, we haven't had a chance to meet. But that's the one thing I tell everybody is when you make the effort, then you'll get the result.
Yeah.
When you're reaching out to people, when you're searching on the job statistics, the job market, you're looking at the new jobs being posted. You're looking at the job, at which recruiters, which employers are working on this, which agencies are working on this. You will understand it. There is nothing that is not there on Google. You can understand exactly what you need for your driving test or for your first G1 license as well.
Right.
There is nothing you do not find online. For instance, fortunately, when I landed, I knew exactly how far the Pakistan embassy was from my hotel in Bonn. I stayed in Bonn because I wanted to get my license accredited from the embassy, and then I knew where the drive test center
Yep.
was. So I went there straight. I got my G1, and then I booked my G as well. So just look it up. You will find G1 test apps. And I practiced my app. I practiced my test on an app while I was flying to Canada.
Yep.
And that's what I tell people. Okay, just download this on the flight. Just practice this. It's very basic. Just do 3, 4 tests, and next day you should go give your test because you need the G1 license as your proof of ID as well.